For 20 minutes, I'd been holding this red Solo cup of the most sickly sweet nail polish smelling vodka and red juice mixture. Holding ingestible paint thinner wasn't something I'd plan on doing with my evening, but there were thick lines of black Sharpie spelling the name Jonathan Slate on its side. I mean, Jonathan freaking Slate. And so I'd keep holding it while the party around me kept going. I'd been there for a few hours already and had been on the cusp of making a round to see what was happening poolside. Instead, the cup and I stayed, standing against the ugly brocade wallpaper for, 21 minutes. No worries, I could do this all day. I would stand here forever, if I was being honest. It was Jonathan freaking Slate. 21 minutes earlier. I'd been taking a minute to enjoy the general debauchery around me. Picture almost any show on a premium cable network and you're halfway there already. When it happened. Hey, Pi, hold this for a sec. Thanks, I owe you. His words were slurred and rushed, so it took me a second to parse his meaning. But by then, Jonathan Slate's fingers had brushed mine as he handed the cup off to me. And obviously, we fell in love. Or I fell a little more deeply into my 3-year crush on a white boy who sometimes said nice things to me, but by all accounts might not even know my real name, which is Payal. Payal, not Pie. My parents would never name me after dessert pastry. Wait, no. One of my childhood nicknames was Laddu. Oh no, my whole life has been a lie. John didn't wait for a response before he stumbled off, but that was okay. The world works differently when you're a 6-foot-tall Adonis in a button-down shirt and fitted jeans. You don't generally have to conform to the same set of social rules as the rest of us mere mortals. Besides, maybe he did wait for a response and I was too busy trying not to drool to notice. In case it wasn't immediately clear, people considered me to be a very cool person. Listen. John Slate was it. I'd had a crush on him since freshman year. He was in my very first high school class, and our Spanish teacher assigned us as partners on the very first day. I'd taken one look at his blue eyes, sun-kissed cheeks, and surfer boy blonde hair and was gone. Then we didn't speak again for 6 weeks, but he smiled at me every day. Or at least smiled in my direction, and one time he gave me his pencil. Not lent, gave. It was magical. I still had it. I loved him. Back to now. I wasn't entirely sure how I ended up at this party. It was the kind of thing my parents might actually kill me for attending. It had all the elements of a grounded for the rest of my natural life and whatever lives came after that event. Alcohol? Besides the aforementioned vodka and red juice drink, 2 kids I kind of recognized from school standing next to me were Googling how to shotgun a beer. I leaned over to peek at the search results and shook my head. They'd probably get distracted by a full wiki on the history of shotgunning beers if they didn't move to YouTube. Drugs? Janet Kwan was about to take her turn with the joint, going around a circle of people, but, oh, there it is. I winced. She dropped it in her beer. Yikes. Sex? Probably? I hadn't gotten to a point where people were actually doing it in the open, but I was pretty sure it was happening somewhere. The house was one of those gigantic McMansions with a million rooms that littered South Florida thanks to the super-duper rich who moved here to build big, ugly houses. Which leads us to no chaperones. Rachel Finley's parents weren't even in town, and hadn't been for a while as far as I could see. They were on a yacht somewhere, or in Paris or Prague or who knows. I don't know how extremely wealthy people live.